Hello students, I am Dr. Vipin B. Gawande and welcome to video lecture series for engineering graphics. In today's video lecture, we are going to start with the isometric projections. Now, in previous video lecture, in unit number 4, we have studied the conversion of three-dimensional drawings into two-dimensional drawing, and we have called this as a orthographic projections. Okay, so conversion of three-dimensional object into two-dimensional drawings, and the views here we have drawn that there is front view, top view and side views. Okay, so three-dimensional object we have converted into two-dimensional drawings, so that is called as the orthographic projections. Now this in isometric projections, what we have to do, we have to convert this two-dimensional drawings, okay, that is in the form of front view, top view and side view into three-dimensional object. Okay, so that is the conversion of two-dimensional drawings into three-dimensional object. Okay, now this we can do by the two way. So first is isometric projection, and the another way is isometric view. Isometric view. Now what is the difference between these isometric projections and isometric view? In isometric projection, we actually take the reduced dimension while constructing this three-dimensional object. Now this reduced dimension means it is the actual dimension multiplied by 0.816. Okay, so the dimension get reduced. Okay, in isometric view we'll take the actual dimension. Okay, for example, suppose in the front view, suppose the length is given 20 mm. Okay, so in isometric view we'll take this 20 mm, L is equal to 20 mm, but in case of isometric projection we'll take the dimension as L is equal to 20 into 0.816. so this comes out to be reduced, that is 16.32 mm, something like this. Okay, so it get reduced. Okay, so here we are taking to 20 mm, but in case of isometric projection it get reduced. Okay, so that is the way of taking the dimensions in isometric projection and isometric view. Okay, in isometric projections we have to construct isometric scale. Okay, so this is required in isometric projection, but no scale is required in isometric view. Okay, so that we have to remember. Now we will understand the meaning of the word. So that is how this is the isometric projection word, it comes into existence. So when we draw this isometric projections or view, so it comes something like this. So this is our three-dimensional object. Okay, and we have here three axes. So this is suppose X. Okay, this is our y-axis suppose, and this is z-axis. Okay, so in case of isometric projection or isometric view, these three axes are there. We call this as a principal axis. Okay, our isometric axis. Okay, now when we draw this axis and when we construct the three-dimensional box here, so this is the included angle on this this is called as isometric plane. This is called as isometric plane. We have three planes here, isometric plane, and here the included angle between the two axes. Okay, so this is alpha, this is beta, and this is gamma. Okay, now the meaning of the word iso. So iso means what? It is equal, and metric means what? It is dimension. Okay, or measure. So in case of iso means equal, so this is alpha. Okay, alpha is equal to beta is equal to gamma. This angle is same. Okay, because what we are doing, we are concerning about iso. Iso means it is equal. So here in this case the included angle here between the two axes, that is alpha, beta and gamma, so this angle is same, so that is 120 degree. That's why this type of projection is called as what? Isometric projection or isometric view. Okay, now since this angle is 120 degree, okay, so then the angle with the horizontal comes out to be how much? This comes out to be 30 degree. This is the reason why we always take 30 degree angle while constructing the isometric view or the isometric projection. Okay, so this is the answer for the question generally asked in the interview, why we are taking 30-degree angle in isometric view or isometric projection? Because in case of isometric view or isometric projection, the included angle between the axis is 120 degree. So since this is 120 degree, so the remaining angle here and here, it comes out to be 30 degree. Okay, so this is the introduction of the regarding the isometric projections. Okay, now here in isometric projections we have to concern with three types of the problem. One, when the front view and top view is given. Okay, second, the front view and left hand side view is given, and third type of problem where front view and right hand side view is given. Okay, so these are the three types of problem we will see in this particular unit. Okay, so now the next part of this the unit is now see in orthographic projection when three-dimensional object is given. Okay, in orthographic projections we have converted three-dimensional object into two-dimensional drawings. Now suppose while drawing that, suppose if on three-dimensional drawings, if circle is there and if its diameter is equal to 30 mm, so we have directly drawn that 30 mm circle on the particular view using the protector. Okay, so we have directly taken the dimension, we have constructed the circle, but that is not the case in reverse. Okay, while drawing this circle from 2D drawings into 3D, we can't directly draw that circle here. Okay, so we have to use here one method for drawing the circle from 2D into 3D. Okay, so that method is called as four center method. Okay, so always the problem in the problem where the circle is given in two-dimensional drawings, either in front view, top view or side view, when you are drawing that in isometric view or isometric projections, we have to use four center method. In our syllabus we will only concentrate on isometric view, because in syllabus they have only given the isometric view. That means we are for all the problems we will take the actual dimensions. Okay, now we will concentrate on four center method, how to draw the circles on the isometric plane. Okay, so for this the method is what we will construct. The first you draw the horizontal and vertical axis. Okay, horizontal axis. Now let us consider the diameter of this circle. We have to construct the diameter. Here it is, the diameter is given in two-dimensional drawings. The diameter is given, suppose 50 mm. Okay, and we have to draw that 50 mm circle in isometric view. Okay, so how to construct this? So first we have drawn two perpendicular axes. Now take the included angle 30 degree. So here this is 30 degree angle. Okay, how much dimension? So it is 50. Okay, so the first step is you have to make the square of 50 by 50. Here this is 50, then this is 50. This included angle is 30 degree. This is 30 degree here, this is 30 degree here. The height also, okay, we will take this as a 50 by 50. Okay, so here. Okay, so suppose the question is we have to construct the circle of 50 mm diameter. So while converting it, we have to first make a square of 50 by 50. Okay, so we have to prepare a square of 50 by 50 or whatever the diameter of the circle. If the circle is of diameter 60, then we have to prepare a square of 60 by 60. Now when we prepare this square on the 30 degree inclined line, so it comes out to be rhombus. Okay, so now so how we will construct that first. So we have taken 50. So on this we will construct here the isometric plane. So this is 50. Now from here vertical height wise line. Okay, so you take the reference of the vertical axis. Okay, so here how much? This is 50. Okay, so it comes here. Okay, so we will construct this. So this comes out to be 50. Okay, this is 50. Okay, and this is also 50. Okay, now from here parallel to here, this principal axis. Okay, so this is 50. Okay, now from this side this is 50. Okay, now from this intersection vertical, so parallel to height, so vertical axis. So here we have to take 50 mm. Okay, like this. Now from this intersection parallel this direction. Okay, so this comes out to be like this. Okay, now from this intersection parallel to this line. Okay, okay, and from this parallel to. Okay, so we have constructed the three-dimensional box where we got now the three isometric planes. So this is 1, 2 and 3. Now on each plane we will construct the circle of that. Now because we have taken this as the square of 50 by 50 mm. So, okay, so that square appears as a rhombus here. Okay, so we'll first construct the circle here. Okay, so since the diameter is 50 mm, so this is 50 by 50. Okay, if the circle is of 60, so you have to take 60 by 60. Okay, now what is the first step? The first step is to I want to construct the circle here. So first step is to join the longest diagonal. So longest diagonal is this one. Okay, so join the longest diagonal. Okay, after joining the longest diagonal, the opposite corners are center C1 and C2. In first step only we want here 4 centers. Out of that we got here 2 centers in first step only. We have joined the longest diagonal. The opposite corners are center C1 and C2. The next step is you take the midpoints of this square. So here it is midpoint. This is the midpoint here. Then the midpoint of this line and the midpoint of this line. Okay, so I have taken the midpoints. So since this is our first problem, so I am giving the name here. So this is A, B, this is C and D. So we get 4 centers. We get the midpoints here on the 4 lines. Now the next step is what? From C1 join the opposite midpoints. Okay, so from C1 B is opposite midpoint, then A is opposite midpoint. From C1 opposite midpoints are A and B. From C2 opposite midpoints are C and D. Okay, so here this is C and okay, this one is D. Now what we have done, from C1 we have joined opposite midpoints here A and B. From C2 we have joined the opposite midpoints on the another line. Okay, so after that we get the common intersections on the diagonal. So name this as a center C3 and C4. Okay, so likewise we got here the 4 centers now. Okay, in first step we have joined the longest diagonal. We got 2 centers C1 and C2. From C1 we have joined opposite midpoints. From C2 we have joined the opposite midpoints. We got common intersection on the diagonal, so that becomes our center C3 and C4. So now we got our 4 centers. Now how to convert this into circle? So take C1 center, C1A radius or C1B radius, arc between A and B. So C1 center. Okay, so C1 center, the radius is C1A or C1B, arc between A and B. Similarly C2 center, C2C or C2D radius, arc between CD. Okay, like this. Okay, now C3 center, C3C or C3B radius, arc between C and B. Okay, arc between C and B. Similarly C4A A or C4D radius. C4A or C4D radius. Okay, like this. So it comes something like this. Okay, like this. Okay, so the 50 mm using center C1 arc between A and B, using center C2 arc between C and D, C3 center arc between B and C, and C4 center arc between A and D. So that 50 mm diameter circle, it appears as a ellipse here. Okay, so this is the method of conversion of that the circle in 2D two-dimensional drawings into on the isometric view or isometric plane. Okay, now we'll try the same methods on now this plane. Okay, so now this is the isometric plane. It is also 50 by 50. So first step is what? Join the longest diagonal. So longest diagonal. Now we know that after joining longest diagonal, the opposite two corners are C1 and this is C1, this is C2. Okay. Now the next step is what? You take the midpoints. So here it is already there, is midpoint is there. So here it is the midpoint. Okay. Okay. Now we will give the names. So this is A, B, C and D. So 4 midpoints. Okay. The next step is what? We have to join from C1, we have to join the opposite midpoints. So from C1, opposite midpoint is B and C. From C2, opposite midpoints are A and B. A and this is B. Okay. So we got the common intersections on the diagonal. So this is our C3 and this is our C4. Okay. Now use the centers now. Okay. Now C1 center arc between B and C. C1 okay, arc between B and C. From C2 arc between C, A and D. So A radius. Okay, like this. Now C3 center arc between A and B. So radius A or B. Okay, like this. And from C4 arc between C and D. Radius is C4C or C4D. Like this. So we have constructed here the 50 diameter circle, so which appears as a ellipse in the isometric plane. Similarly, we will make again the practice on this top isometric plane. Now in this top isometric plane, again the square is of 50 by 50. The method is same. First step is what? Longest diagonal. So this is the longest diagonal. Opposite corners are C1 and C2. Now take the midpoints. So already here there are 2 midpoints. We will take the midpoints on this side. So here and here. Okay. So this is A. So B. This is C. And suppose I am naming this as a D. Okay. What is the next step? So from C1 opposite midpoints. So from C1 opposite midpoints are B and C. From C2 opposite midpoints are A and D. So A and D. Okay. So after joining the opposite midpoints, we'll get the common intersections on the diagonal. So this is C3 and C4. Now from C1, C1B radius or C1C radius arc between BC. Okay. Now from C2 center, the C2A or C2D arc between AD. Okay. Then C4 center, C4C or C4D radius arc between CD. Like this. And from C3 arc between AB. Radius is C3A or C3B. Okay, so like this. So likewise we have constructed the circle of diameter 50 mm on the 3 isometric plane. Okay. So this is the method of construction of the circle from 2-dimensional drawings into 3-dimensional drawing. Okay. So this method is called as 4-center method. Okay. So now the one thing is remaining. We have defined this as an isometric plane and X, Y, Z. These are our principal axes. Okay. x, y, z. So on x we can put this x can take length or width, okay, depending on the origin. Okay, this is our origin. Here it is, we have the origin here. Okay, on z axis also we can take length or width. Okay, so if you take length here, so then width comes here. If you take length here, width comes here. Okay, so these two axes takes length and width. Vertical axis always take the height. Okay, here only on x and z we can interchange the length. Okay, so if length is here, here it is width. If length is here, then here it is width, likewise. Okay, wherever length is there, there will get the front view always. Okay, if you take the length along this axis, so here comes the front view. Okay, if you take length here, then here comes the front view. Okay, the direction, the observer sees the front view from this direction. Okay, this thing is there. Okay, so likewise we have to proceed into in the coming problems when we construct the isometric view for these three types of problem. Okay, so in next video we will come up with each type of problems and we will construct its isometric view. Okay, so thank you very much.